In this video, we're going to show you how to remove and replace the window regulator pivot pin. It's located in the door inside the window regulator. I'm going to start by taking this piece of plastic off here where the mirror mounts so we can get to the panel easier. And it's just a little pull. Set it aside. Now we have 9 of these push pins that go all the way around. And to get those, what you're going to do is take a small screwdriver or a center punch and push that plastic piece in, just like that. Go all the way around, and you can just pop the piece right out. And that's how they come out. To reuse them, you're going to take that center piece and pop it outward. Like I said, there's 9 of them. Follow the door trim all the way around. So now we're going to take the handle trim piece off to expose the actual mounting bolts. So I like to use a plastic trim tool so I don't damage the plastic. Just twist it right out, just like that. And you've got 2 mounting holes right there. So the mounting bolts are a Torx head, and you'll see it's T25. You can use a Torx socket or a screwdriver. There's 2 of them. I like to always make sure the door lock is down. Now I'm going to just pull this door panel right up and over. Once the door panel is removed, you can see that there's a cable for the latch and also a little speaker wire here. So I'm going to push down on this tab, pull that harness out of the way, and then for the cable, for the actual inside door handle, there's 2 tongue tabs right here. These 2 right here. So I have to separate them and pull this out. So once you get one, the other one will follow. Pull that out of the way. And now we have the actual switch for the windows. Pull down that tab. You can use a screwdriver. Push that tab down. There we go. Pull that harness out. Then one more right here, push that tab down. Now we can set this aside. So in order to get that window down and play with it in the position I want it to, I always take the power switch out of the door panel instead of having the panel in my way and possibly damaging it anymore. So it's a T25 Torx screw right here. Just take that little screw out. And then we're going to take a flathead screwdriver. We're going to pull down on these tabs right here. There's 3 per side. And it'll pop right out. So now I'm going to take my switch and I'm going to reconnect it so I can operate my window and access the parts I need easily. So this big foam piece, we're going to take that out. I'm going to use my trim tool. Might end up having to cut it. All depends on how strong this glue wants to be. You can use a razor blade. Now we're going to take the key, put it in the on position, and operate the window from here. Now with our insulation folded down, we can actually put the window down and see where that clip is. And there it is. With a pair of needle nose or pliers, you're going to take that pin right here, and you're going to pull that pin right out, like that. Okay, now that we took our metal pin out, we're going to just take a flathead screwdriver and get where that regulator is. Get a little bit on that back side and see if we can pop it out of the plastic. It's just a ball pin, like that. Move it, and then we can take our plastic piece and slide it right out. See the notorious for cracking right here, and then the window will actually have some rocking movement to it. Now we'll take our new one, line it up with the slider, pull that regulator pivot out, line it up, and we can pop it back together without taking that middle clip out. Just get a pair of pliers and pop it in. So this window regulator has 2 of these clips, one on the right-hand side and one on the left. With the window right at this level, you can access the other side by just popping this black cover box off. Just grab it, squeeze, bend the tabs, and it's right here. So you do the same procedure on this side. Okay, so I'm going to grab my needle nose pliers. I'm going to pull that pin right out. Grab Grab that regulator with a flathead screwdriver, separate it. Slide that clip on the rail and replace it with the new one. Line that ball pin up. I'm going to take my pliers and squeeze it on. There we go. Now before I put my panel back on, I'm going to make sure the window regulator works good. Goes up and down. The pivots don't come out. Everything went great. All right, now I'm going to put my insulation back together. And I'm just going to tape it up so it will be sealed to the best it can be. Kind of still has the sticky stuff behind it, but like right here, gotta tape it. It's just to help the insulation. That's all I'm doing. Once the door panel's on, it will keep it in place because there's a pocket that pushes that in. Now I'm going to disconnect my window switch so that I can put my door panel back on. Push down that tab. Seems to be a little bit of a struggle on that one, so I like to use the pocket screwdriver. Push down and then pull. So now we're going to reattach our window switch and door lock switch to the panel. Push it right in place. We have that little mounting screw that sits down here, and that's a T25. T means for torque bit. Now we can put our panel back on. All right, I'm going to connect my connectors and the green one. Then the door handle, and that goes pretty much, pull that handle forward, just let it snap right down in place. Then we'll put the speaker wire in, and just bring the panel right up over this door lock. Pop through. You're going to guide that top lip right into that rubber windshield guide. Push down. We'll stop putting our pins back in. I'm going to put the floating pins in first, so that way I know the door is in place before I screw it up tight. So once you get that base seated down, you're just going to push that pin flush. Just like that. You can put the base in first if you want, then grab a pin, put it in. And there's 9 of them going all the way around. Now I'm going to put the last body panel pin in. Now I can move on to the actual handle and put those 2 screws in. And that's a T25 again. Guide that right in there. And the reason why I put the outer trim pieces on first is so that if this is tight and I can't center those, you want those plastic pins to be able to be centered and clip in. That handle's nice and snug. Put the cover on. Top goes on first, then bring it down and click it. Then we have that outer trim piece behind the mirror mounting, and that has 3 lock tabs in it. You're going to line up those 3 little tabs and push in. When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.